timing. Well, boy, am I glad you were here in time for that. I'm actually crying tears. Okay. I kind of need to lay down in order to be able to do this. In fact, I'm going to prop myself up here. It's not the most dignified way, but it's how I don't hurt. I'm actually going to take an unusual step right now and pull up my own broadcast on the phone. I don't trust how this sounds. I've now done 2 cBas mornings with cBas broadcasts, webcasts. That did not work because the audio was bad because this microphone is shit. I didn't really realize this microphone was going. Man. Okay. This is important though because I need to be able to talk about some things. And what happened before was this. Yeah. Here's the thing. There's not a thing I said in the previous half-hour show that I didn't want to say. Like everything I said was something I wanted to say, and it all got lost. So I feel like I just want to play this broadcast and just repeat everything. But what I actually want to do is try and see myself if I can. Here we go, live. Okay, this is what I want to see. I see myself coughing. Let's try and see myself if I can. Here we go, live. Okay, this is what I want to see. I see myself coughing. Let's try and see myself if I can. We could watch this all day, like you. This is such a trip. All right, I just want to wait till the part where it actually starts going back and forth like this in the video, and then we'll stop. Okay, that's getting a little creepy. That's getting creepy and weird. And I'm going to cut off the feeding back audio because that's one of my least favorite parts about it. But it is in fact interesting to watch myself. Cut off the feeding back audio because that's one of my least favorite parts about it. But it is in fact interesting to watch myself. Okay, well at least I feel better that the audio is not shit. As I said, I had a few things to say in the previous half hour that did not now get said, so I have to kind of reiterate. If you are hearing me repeat myself, it's one of my biggest pet peeves about myself and other people, repeating one's self. So I'm going to apologize in advance. Got to get up and get my beverage. So I'm going to apologize for that too. Hopefully the leading up in this way is not going to trigger my microphone to malfunction again. I believe it's this wire that is the problem. And the only way for me to tell if I'm actually doing it is to pull myself up on the phone. I'm going to do it one more time just because I have gotten up and moved around. And then if everything's okay, I'm going to try and re-say what I said a half an hour ago, because it's important. And the fact that it didn't get, yeah, all right. Well, let's get started. I think I know the topic, so I don't need to actually bring up the previous half hour, although I will again watch it later and see if I hit all the points. It is 9:53 on the west coast of the United States. I believe that is 2053 GMT. Maybe 1953 GMT on Sunday. Sunday the what? 7th of May. Tuesday, let's just see for a second. Let me pull up my schedule. Tuesday is the 9th. Tuesday is the day. Now, I feel bad because the truth is GoFundMe is not the name of the crowdfunding site that I'm using. It's called youcaring.com. The reason I'm using YouCaring, in case I haven't said that, is because they take the lowest fees, and it's specifically for people with medical-related crowdfunding, health-related. Cancer qualifies as that. So, I decided to use YouCaring to sort of make sure most of the donations, as much of the donations as possible, can go to me without just setting up a, hey, transmit money to my bank account thing. I think there's an impact in a crowdfunding venture, right? When you see raising money for cancer, I mean, even if it's just a hat with a label on it, right? Something about that is easier than just passing a hat, right? If you see something about cancer in there, you're going to be more generous or whatever, just psychologically. And I think that same logic applies to me going on a website and saying, hey, fund my cancer fight, versus me going to an actual crowdfunding. There's a little bit of legitimacy added for one thing. And we'll talk about legitimacy coming up. I'm going to try to bridge this as much as possible, since I do feel like I'm repeating myself now. I had to go to a friend of mine yesterday. I had to go to a buddy of mine. Be like, sorry, I'm just checking the audio. I'm really paranoid. The audio is bad after the past couple of bad microphone incidents. I had to go to my buddy yesterday and be like, dude, and it is embarrassing. As much as I didn't think I was embarrassed in this way by this sort of thing, it was very humbling to have to go to my friend and say, I need you to tell me it's going to be okay. I've led an extraordinarily positive cancer fight by all measures. Pretty much everybody who's seen me, says something like, I don't know how you've done it, or I don't know how you've been so brave, or I don't know how you haven't blah, blah, blah. How I haven't cried, I guess, is sort of the implication, although I have. How you're not scared, although I am. People act as, how do you do it? That's a common question. And the camera looks tilted to me, but now the image looks tilted to me. I don't know how I did it. It's not a thing I chose to do, as I've said often here before. But I did need to reach out to my friend to be like, dude, I just feel it growing and I'm scared, and I have to wait till Tuesday before I can even do another goddamn action or thing that will matter. And of course, that's when the biggest action thing that matters happens. It's Tuesday. But like, I don't know how fast they'll be able to get me in. I don't know how fast it will happen. But I do know at Tuesday at 9:01 a.m. I'm calling on the phone. And they're going to know who it is the second the phone rings, because not a second can be spared here. I really feel like the clock is ticking. My side is itching and hurting right now. And I'm sorry for blubbering about this, but it's like, God damn it. I wish, it's like that last 5 minutes of work on Friday before a vacation, you know, It's the last 60 seconds before the pot boils or before the cookies are done. It's just so slow. And, like I said, I've been positive. I'm not scared of dying. I'm not scared this will kill me. I'm not scared of a lot of things. But just for a minute yesterday, actually for now a couple days, I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I've never said that I knew what was going to happen. It's always been true that I don't know what's going to happen. So true, I never felt the need to say it. But like, I watched a Dateline where the kid ended up like grabbing and trying to rape a girl in a park and failing, by the way. She fought back. But then going on and strangling like a neighborhood girl and killing her. And when they asked him in the police interview, why did you do it? He's doing the head on the table thing. He's like, because everyone's just so confident. I need someone to be like me. Everybody's just walking around so confident. And apparently, it was either driving him crazy or it was all he could think of to say. Why did you try to rape that girl and kill that other girl? Everyone walking around so confident, and I'm like, well, maybe it's my experience that tells me that that's an act, for everybody for the most part. A and B, it doesn't bother me that other people are acting confident. You know, in a way, it can kind of help me act more confident if other people are confident. Kind of spreads or whatever. I don't know, but like, I thought that was a weird thing for the killer kid to say on Dateline, was that everyone's walking around so confident, so he had to try and attack this girl with a knife. Like that was really, I don't know, looking for logic in the rantings of a psychopath. I guess one of the things that's been hard recently, and I just touched that wire again, so I'm going to check my audio again, is that people in my family have come to me and said stuff like, "Don't spend that money that was donated in the wrong way." And then they go on to say the things that disclaim it in their own mind, that make them feel better about having brought this pretty serious accusation, or at least, suspicion. We don't think you're going to spend that money right. We think we know you. We think we know you, and we think you're going to fucking do this. So we're just going to make sure we take you aside and say to you, this money was, as though it didn't touch and break my heart every single time I got a donation. My email would go off on my phone every single time. My stupid broken phone. And I would look and I'd be like, another person donated. And there was a time there when it was like bang, 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 bang. When it was really at the peak, and it would go in waves where there would be waves of people in the Rocky Horror Picture Show cast. There'd be waves of people I knew from like college or radio. And then there are the people who like the broadcasting people, like the TV broadcasting people hit a wave. And it was like a weird bouncing ball that I could see bouncing through the different areas of my life. Rocky Horror Radio, uh, you know, Rocky Horror Radio, just school friends, back to radio, back to Rocky Horror, back to school friends, back to radio, back to radio. And then I guess I should separate even radio coworkers from radio listeners, because a mind-boggling number of people who just listen to me on the radio and remember me from doing the news on the Gil Gross show. Gil Gross, by the way, brought me some great information. He actually chipped in as well, but he did bring me some great information. More importantly, I think, about more resources for people who um, need to be connected to genetic, cutting edge studies, kind of a thing. And that was me. So I went ahead and dropped an email to this group that Gil told me about as well. Whether it works or not, I'm the luckiest guy in the world for the friends that I have. how instantly everybody chipped in, how heartfelt everybody was. I'm not always an easy guy to get along with, as I've noted. I'm also working on it, as I've noted. But that has a way of not mattering at a point when oh yeah, the fucking loudmouth, now he needs our help. Sure. I can see myself saying that. And I would not begrudge anybody saying that to me if they had decided to not donate to my cancer thing because I was like an asshole to them once or something. Understandable, beyond understandable, of course. But I like knowing that so many people think positively of me, either despite how I was mean to them, or maybe I wasn't as bad in my head as I sometimes think I am. I'm pretty rough on myself, inside. Um, I try to walk with confidence and, even some authority, because as they teach people who are in everything from journalism to policing, to project authority, even if you're not feeling it, is important, and has an effect. To seem uncertain also has the opposite. It can have like a similar but opposite effect. So, if you have a choice, try and project authority, even if it's a projection. Um, and maybe that's why people think I'm so brave. I don't know. Is because I have kind of done this with all right, I know what I'm doing. It's not like I don't know what's going to happen next. At each step of this way, I have known what's going to happen next. I can look over the calendar and tell you 3, 4 different steps ahead of what's going to happen next, as far as the medical process. With my health, well, we found it, I think, medium early, like yes, it's stage 4. That's pretty late, I guess. But we found it at a time when it can still be fought with some fighting, It's not running unchecked. We're doing everything we can. It's just that it's either too stubborn or maybe it needs to be treated with some kind of new cutting edge. Oh my God. Treatment. I still don't know if the microphone's working. What a comedy of errors this morning has been. A second broadcast just because I didn't know if it sounded good. Man. But the truth is, I really did want to say these things. And I really did want to. Sorry, I keep doing that, but it sounds fine. The comment on the previous broadcast was actually, can we start a GoFundMe for a new microphone? I do need one, and I will get one. Because this one is $14 at Target, and it's lasted me 2.5 years, and it's been very rough treatment, 2.5 years of teaching English, hardcore, day in, day out, week in, week out, morning, noon, night, overnight, all the time. Just, I kind of have had this headset on, I feel like continuously. I feel like I've worn the foam ears here in certain places where it fits my ears because I can feel it if it's wrong. And if it's right, like it just fits right, Yeah, this is a rambly day. I apologize for the rambliness, but to get back to it, because I'm going to stop. I've now been broadcasting for an hour and a half, trying to get this out. I'm scared. Beginning and end of it is I'm terrified. I haven't been so far, really, or I haven't acted like it. That's it. I mean, of course I've been scared, but like, I'm a real practical guy. When it comes to the fear thing, how are you not scared, or how do you not seem scared or whatever? Well, I'm practical. And yes, I don't know what is going to happen next. I mean, I know what the doctor's appointments are going to be, but I don't know what's going to happen to me next. Will this pain go away? Will it suddenly hit remission? Will I be able to sort of stop having pain here and lead kind of a normal life? Will I ever be able to get a job outside the house again? Um, I just began the process, and nobody knows this yet, of getting a teaching credential, an education degree, or what, one of those. Like I just signed up the major online institution with actually a major institution that happens to have an online branch. It's not like I paid for classes or anything yet, but it's like, you know what? I want to take classes. I do. I love taking classes. I still take my Latin course, and I love it. I've never had so much damn fun as when I'm practicing Latin with Molinarius, the professor. It's from the teaching company. You know the teaching company. Um, I believe the website's thegreatcourses.com. That's a free plug. Like I don't, you know, I don't get paid by them or anything, but I do. I have bought one of their courses, the Latin one, and I might buy another. But I have signed up for courses or for a program that is aimed at getting a teaching credential. At the same time, Arizona has suddenly, I think, signed a bill that allows people without the teaching credential to serve as teachers, which may or may not be good for education in a way. But I ask you to think about it this way, because yeah, okay, now unqualified people are teaching. Maybe, but let's look at that qualification for a second, because I think it's pretty clear I'm a good teacher. Um, I have not gone to get the state teaching credential thing yet because I don't have an education like degree or whatever you need to kind of get that. And frankly, I wanted to try and continue teaching rather than go back to school. Well, I guess I can actually do both. Is what I'm realizing now. I was thinking 2 years ago I wanted to get back to teaching and be working and not taking classes, but I now feel like I want to do both, and I want to. I bought a domain excuse me, with a web domain this week with the idea of maybe doing my own like freelance English teacher gig. There's a billion people in China, dude. I've seen the kids in China who are my students who are awesome English learners. Like they're awesome students. They try really hard. Um, so what's to stop me? Like my idea, well, I won't even say my idea, but the idea is English teaching related, ESL type thing. And it's just a website that I might be able to run in addition to the other website, like the startcomedy.com website, and try and use some of the things I've learned from that in this new website, where I could potentially offer my services to speakers of Chinese online. For our, I don't know how the payments would work yet, but I do think I could actually accept payments on the website and actually do it that way. So, like, I mean, the point is, I have plans, kind of decent, medium to long term plans. I have dreams on the horizon, like this is all just getting good. And it sucks that I don't know. It sucks that I found these great friends, these wonderful people who are supporting me, and now I might not be around to say thank you. It sucks that I'm so good as a teacher, and I might not get the chance to be a teacher for very long. It sucks that I just started my company. I might not get to do that for very long. All this is very upsetting just because of how good it's going to be. It's like when you see a movie that and you've seen before, but you start to watch it and then the cable goes out or something and you're interrupted, even though you've seen it before, even though you think you know what's coming. You want to experience it. It's still good. You know what's coming. The good shit's coming. In this case, I don't even think I know what's coming. There's probably bad shit coming as well as good shit. But I want to be here for it. And I had to go on the internet yesterday and tell someone that I needed to be told. I need to ask someone to tell me it's going to be okay. Just because I don't know if my positive attitude has made people not say that to me or if I haven't seemed to need reassurance. But I don't know for a fact it's going to be okay. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm scared and I'm sad that I don't get to experience marriage, being a parent, or having even a long-term boyfriend. Well, the truth is, I actually just got some capsaicin in my eye. I'm not crying. I know it looks like I'm crying, but I've been using this capsaicin shit to try and distract me from the tumor pain, raise the level of white noise, if you will, of sensation around the area that's hurting, so that it doesn't hurt and itch so bad. And I touched it, and then I touched my eye when I was crying. So now I'm actually crying because of the capsaicin in addition to the tears. Oh, what a fun trip this is. All right, listen, I'm going to stop bawling. Because back to the actual real life here. We're going to fucking make action happen this week. I have another chemo session next week. But before that, Tuesday's the big day. Tuesday morning, early, the deposit will ding into my phone. That's all your money, everyone. That's the money that the people who are in my family think I'm going to misspend, or are concerned that I need to. I don't even know what they're concerned about. They're just concerned that I'm a bad person. Is what it is. But I'm not a bad person. And that you all believe that I deserve this money speaks the volumes that are not being spoken elsewhere. You guys are stepping up and helped me, and I'm not going to let you down. And believe me, I'm not going to blow this money. You know, I mean, for one thing, wouldn't it be patently obvious if I suddenly, in a week or two, didn't go to Seattle on camera? Like, it's going to be on camera. You guys are going to be with me on the train ride. I'm going to be doing updates. I'm going to go to Seattle, and I will broadcast here from the YouTube. I mean, from Seattle. Hopefully, I can get a selfie with the doctor. Maybe I could even do a little recording with him. I don't know. I have not explored that, and I wouldn't want to like thrust it on him. But I do. This is a movie, you know. This is making a movie out of this, and it's going to be a good one. I don't know how it's going to end. And in a way, what an interesting media project in itself. A movie whose ending cannot be known by the filmmaker. That's the thing, though. To be positive, in a way, you kind of have to have faith that the ending will be in some way a positive one. And I'm not big on faith. Believing without evidence is what I consider faith to be. And you know, that's fine. And on one hand, yeah, that's true. What I say is not wrong. On the other hand, it is, and there's reasons why you can point to it as being wrong. But you know, I believe in some things. Usually, those things have evidence. In this case, I'm not sure there's any evidence to suggest that this trip will save me, or you know, anything. I do believe that my attitude is unbeatable, unchangeable, unsquishable. As long as I have a little reassurance once in a while. And unfortunately, I have friends for that. Please feel free. Go ahead and continue to reassure me. This is that last 5 minutes before you leave for vacation at work. You know, this is really excruciatingly slow. And because there's pain involved, it's actually really even worse. You guys have done everything you can do, though. And now it's up to me to get the doctor on board and make that happen. And believe me, you're going to see it happen. If only to prove these motherfuckers who think that I'm going to misspend the money, you know, if only to make them embarrassed, you know, that they didn't believe in me. Because how dare they, right? It is not any kind of reasonable, rational worry. It is really offensive. And there is no other way to say it except that, to have that belief, that worry of how it will look, means that you think I'm going to spend the money badly and be stupid about it at the same time, right? Be on Facebook. It's a Ferrari dealership taking pictures of a test drive, whatever the hell. It's $3,000. Like, it's not like it's a Ferrari. You know, this is what I'm saying. Oh, I guess Best Buy. I can go to Best Buy and get a sweet TV, I suppose. Fuck cancer. I want to live my last few days watching the fucking curved screen OLED. You know, that's what I'll do. No, take my word for it. You're gonna meet the doctor. Okay, you're gonna see me on the Sarcoma Express train. You're gonna see the unparalleled vistas of the Pacific Ocean that are inaccessible to any other form of fucking transportation right here on this channel. So please subscribe and please go ahead and maybe share it if you think it's interesting. I'll try to be shorter and sweeter and more on topic. And I'll try to have a better microphone. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go back to bed for a while and enjoy my Sunday morning. Actually, I have work soon, so I'm not going to be lounging too much. But I will check in tomorrow at the 24-hour, T-minus 24 hours, you know. I just need to. I might check in more than that just because I need to and I kind of don't want to bother my friends with I'm scared. Because I feel like that gets old. Of course you're scared. But practicality, right? What good does it do to be scared if you're, you know, running in a circle or crying? I'm big on what good does it do. I'm big on that. Big, big, big. What good does it do? Does it solve anything? Does it fix anything? Do something that solves something. Do something that fixes something. Do something that sets yourself up as 3 steps later to have a bonus or to have a good thing or something, you know. Work it, steer it smartly, you know, sully it right into the river. There are days when I have the mental acuity for that kind of shit, and there are days when I don't. Today, I think I do. Yesterday was weak. Yesterday was tough. And I did not come on the air yesterday. Or if I did, it was with a shitty microphone, which I also apologize for. Please visit sarcomedy.com. Please drop me a line, even if you just want to call 844-4-SARCOMEDY. I'm cBas, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm honored, and I will not let you guys down. Thank you for being here. If you donated, thank you for donating. And stay tuned for the next chapter.